Black Myth Wukong is a game that I believe all creators, all video game developers should be afraid of. This game is amazing in so many different ways. Every time that you play the game, you are surprised. There's another mechanic, there's another creative boss fight, there's another place that you haven't seen. I personally have beat it 1.5 times now. I'm on New Game Plus for the first time. I actually missed the true ending at the end, but that's a different story. So Black Myth Wukong, I guarantee, should be game of the year in my personal opinion. There are many reasons for that. The game, when I first played the game, there was no map. I realized that was like a big thing. I was like, hold on, why is there no map in this game? But I also realized that that added to the mystique of the game, the mystery of the game, the curiosity of the game. It made the game more so valued, if you will. Like, in my opinion, anytime I beat a boss, it felt like a triumph to some degree. I believe that Black Myth Wukong is a game that has a lot of replay value that is very true and very important, especially for gamers to get their value. Nowadays, you're paying $60 to $70 for a brand new game, not to mention whatever add-ons you might buy for the game, whatever upgrades you might buy for the game. So on the high end, most games are around 150 to, let's say, maybe at the most $200. But regardless, for one video game, a collector's edition, a founder's edition, a deluxe edition, that is ridiculous. What I will say about Black Myth Wukong is the creators of this game brought their A game. They knew that they wanted to knock it out the park when it came to this game. They brought so much value to what this game is, what it's become. In my opinion, they did this series justice. I don't know much about Journey to the West. I just know the lore from the connection between Journey to the West and Dragon Ball Z, which is pretty dope. But that's for another episode. This game here continues to surprise me to this day. The creativity of just the little nuances. The biggest thing that I noticed with this game is that I played on the PlayStation 5. Even on the PlayStation 5, it kind of struggles to run in performance mode, which is shocking because PS5 is pretty good. Now, I also own a Series X, but that's a different story. Either way, both of these consoles really don't have an issue with putting out the power and getting things going. But back to the point of this video. I believe that the creators pushed the limits with this game. This game is enormous. It is way bigger than I thought it would ever be. And I believe that you can platinum the game, of course. You can find every secret in there, but I can tell you, just by playing through the first time and now playing through a second time, there are secrets that I'm still finding. There are things that I just ran into accidentally. There are quest lines that I didn't even know existed, so on and so forth. And as a gamer myself, I believe that that is particularly what gamers are looking for, that thrill, that excitement. Also, with the mechanics of the boss fights, the sheer size of some of the bosses, the movements, the connected combos, the way it keeps you guessing. You can't even figure out what the boss is going to do or how they're going to do it. Now, I've heard it compared to Elden Ring to a certain degree, but honestly, I can't say. I've played Elden Ring for a short period of time, but not long enough to really speak on the game. What I will say is this should be the expectation for what gamers should get if they pay $70 with open world games, at least in my opinion. Like I said, the sheer size of this game. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but you get where I'm coming from. More to that, more so than that, they didn't explain much with the game. Now, I'm not really particularly a fan of that type of style of game, but honestly, this game made me like I just wanted more of that. Like, the balance between the way the character fights, the way the story's being told. I know that a lot of other people said that it was kind of like a boss rush. I believe that was one of the big editors who mentioned that, but honestly, I do believe that the storyline itself had enough to it to where I wasn't like, oh, this just feels like I'm just fighting bosses back to back. Now, there are hard elements to the game. You can only save at obviously the save points. There's really no, if you die between a save point, you don't typically like resurrect at that save point. But there are big things that they did to the game to kind of balance that out as well. This game is very forgiving in a sense because you're able to change your sparks and things of that nature, which are points to upgrade at any point in time as long as you're at a save point. So that is very cool. You can change the unique builds. They have different stances. They really thought this game through. And with the secret areas being in the game, it's like you're thinking like, oh, the game is only finite. It's only these parts. But every time you turn around another corner, there's another area that you haven't seen. There's another couple bosses that you haven't fought. Another meditation site. I can go on forever. I just believe that with this game, I definitely have higher expectations for what to expect in the future when it comes to games that I want to spend my hard-earned money on. These developers showed me that my opinion was valued. It's like they put in so much effort. You can tell between the areas, the voices, the characters, the storyline, the fighting, the combat, the maneuvers. At first I was like, why doesn't this game have a block button? But I actually enjoyed the fact that it didn't have a block button because it really taught you that you had to be a certain level of skilled to continue to progress. There were several times where I got frustrated, didn't want to play the game, you know, like just had a hard time getting through. But, you know, I had to push past that in order to keep going. God of War Ragnarok is a great game. I've played through it several times. But when I tell you, if they would have given you as much content in Ragnarok as they did in this game, I think people would still be playing it till this day. There's a lot. It's so hard to explain, to put in words how much is going on here. Either way, out of most of the new games that I've played, I gotta say that this takes the cake, man. There's so many, you have to kind of reinvent yourself as you play the game, switch up your style for different bosses, especially on the first playthrough. The second playthrough that I've been playing through, I've gotten used to the game, so I don't really have to do that anymore. But for the most part, it's almost a requirement for certain bosses. I can tell you this, certain bosses don't allow you to use certain spells and things like that. They have certain staggers that knock you out of certain things. And it's pretty dope that you have to readjust throughout these fights and figure it out. So, honestly, I don't know if anybody cares about my opinion, but in my opinion, this game is a 10 out of 10. If you're on the fence about buying it, I think you should. Especially if you like adventure games, you like big, expansive maps. You like games that take a little getting used to and understanding rather than just a casual play. This game is right up a person's alley. So, with that being said, you guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please drop me a like. Drop your opinions in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys would like to see me do more videos like this. I would really appreciate the feedback because I want us to grow as a community, as a channel. I would like to see progress, and I understand that people may want to see certain things. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Other than that, I will let you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay. There's not much left, probably about 5 minutes. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please remember, once again, hit the like button. If you enjoy the channel, subscribe. And also, please don't forget to leave a comment. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
破泪后，可怜那书归后就地复杂。也见得夫死子亡，有生死离愁。老大我有手无头，狂须起。